Hi, कैसे हैं आप सब? Welcome back to my YouTube channel SAS with Vikas, and in today's lesson we are going to learn the combining dataset vertically with the using of set statement, and also we'll cover the merging dataset, that is the combining dataset horizontally by using this merge statement. So let's understand this all one by one. What are the combining dataset vertically, and what are the use of this set statement? Like earlier, we were using the set statement just to call the dataset whatever we have data stored in the library. But there is one more benefit, one another function of this set statement also. Once you calling the dataset, the same dataset twicely in a set statement. So what this set statement will do, it will give the combining of dataset in the vertical way, that is the stacking of that variable. The first dataset, it will come at the first, and after the end of this first dataset, the second dataset will start, like a stacking of first, second, third, that this way. So once we have to combine the dataset vertically way, you can use this set statement. So let's see that program coding window, what is this inside, and let's after running this we can analyze or visualize the thing, like what are the things going on. So I had written the here data just because I want to create the data exp1 name, and using this set statement to call or just have to combine the data set. So I'm using that here the sasf dot class data set, and just for the combining purpose we need the two data set. That's why again I'm using this class data set. Instead of this, you can take another data set also from the class sasf library. There are many more data set you can use that by own while you're practicing the data. So let's by using this both data set, and after this run just to end this data statement, and after running we can see that we are getting the total number of observation and a total number of variable. So total number of variable is same like name, sex, age, height, weight, but the total number of observation is getting the twice. So whatever the data till the 19 we have the data in the class data set. Again it is starting the stacking of that one, the combining of data set in the vertical way. You can say by easily like combining the data set in a vertical way. So stacking of data set, for that purpose we can use this set statement. So just for the vertical stacking or the vertical combining of data set, you can use this set statement. Now again there is some changes in the set statement. Like what happened once you use this multiple set statement? What will happen? Let's see that one. Like I'm creating here data of exp2 name and calling this set with the help of set statement, this class data set from sasf library. Again I'm calling the data, that is this cars data from the sasf library. So what happen if we use this multiple set statement within a single data set? So let's run this program and see the what happened while using this multiple set statement. So you can see that we are getting the variable, total number of variable is 90, and the total number of observation is 90. So variable is like name, sex, age, height, weight, that is in the first data set we are getting the result. Now the variable in the second data set like a make, model, a type, origin, drivetrain, MSRP, invoice, engine size, cylinder, whatever the data set, the variable in the data set 2, we are getting in that way. But the total number of observation we are not getting same as per the dataset 2. You can see by running this dataset only, like just comment this one and see whatever the values in the class sasset.cars dataset. So you can see from here the total number of observation is 428 and the total number of variable is 15. So total number of variable like make, model, type, origin, drive, and the total number of observation like 428. So there are a huge amount of data in the cars data set. So but we are not getting while the using this multiple set statement. Multiple set statement is also used to combine the data set in the vertical weight, but we are not getting the result is the actual the data is in that one. So what we will do for that over horizontal way, we will use the another method, that is the merging of data set. Once we have to combine the data in the horizontal way, at that time we will use this merge statement. So from here you learn this, like while using this set statement, once you need to combine the data set vertically way, or you can say easily like a stacking way, there we can use this single set statement. Once you are once you are using this multiple set statement, you are getting the result of that data set in a horizontal way. That once you are combining the data set in a horizontal way, you are getting the result. But there is some drawback or some issue while while combining the data set in a horizontal way. We are not getting the full data details. The first one data, how much the data observation contain, we will get only for the second data set. So suppose in the first data set we having the 19 observation, and in the second data set we are having the 428 observation. But after combining this using this multiple statement, we are not getting the 428 observation. We are only getting the 19 observation. Whatever the observation in the first data set, we are getting only that much. And the variable also we are not getting the same. Like in that variable in that data set, the single cars data set, we are getting the 15 variable, and the variable in the class dataset we are getting 5. So total number of variable is like 19, but 20, but we are getting only the 19. So that is also the issue. So we can't use this multiple set statement to combine the dataset horizontally. So this is for just to understanding the part, like to learn this one we can't use that. That's why we are using this merge statement to combine dataset horizontally. So let's understand the thing with the one practical example. Once you having the data like ID and marks data, and you having another data that is the EXP4 with the ID and CT data. Suppose you have two this data set, that is EXP3 and EXP4, and you want to combine this both data set with the use of single set statement, or also with the use of multiple set statement. That means you want to combine the data set in a vertical way with the using set, and you want to combine the data set horizontally also with the using of multiple set statement. So what happened while using this all function? Let's understand this by running this each by one single one, like. So are you using this one like a data set of EXP3? This is the easy work as of now, because till now we had prepared and created many more data and run this one. Like we had created this ID and the marks variable data, in which I had given this ID and marks of that one, and storing that data in the EXP3, that is the work EXP3. Similarly, I created this EXP4 dataset and running this dataset. Within that data, we had stored this ID and CT. So whatever the ID and CT requirement, I just stored that in the EXP4 dataset. So we can see here, like we are getting the variable ID and CT of the and storing this dataset in the EXP4 with the work.exp4. So I had run this both data set, and I want this the concatenation or the combining, sorry, the combining of this both data set with the using of set. That's because I want to make a stacking of this data set, that is in the vertical way. So I'm using this and set statement with the XP3 and XP4 data set, and storing both this combining data set in the XP5 data set. So after running this dataset, we can see that we are getting result like whatever the value, the variable like ID, marks, and city. So in the first dataset, we having the ID, marks, and city. Sorry, in the first dataset, we having the ID, marks, and in the second dataset, we having ID and city. So after combining, we are getting the both combination of variable. So that's why we are getting this ID is the common one variable in both. So marks and city, we are getting the combining all. And in the observation, you can see that we are having this data set. In the first data set, we are having this till the 10. The total number of observation was 10. And in the second data set, we are having this total number of observation 5. So like this way, we can make the use of this set statement for the vertical combining of data set, or for the stacking of data set. So this is the practical example to understand the thing, like what are the thing happening inside the program while using this set condition, set is statement. And suppose what happen if we are using this multiple set statement just for the combining the data set in a horizontal way. So let's use this one, like I'm using this set with the EXP3 dataset. Similarly, for the EXP4 dataset, using the set statement and storing this, you're combining the dataset in the EXP6 datasets. So let's run this dataset program and see what happened inside, like after running this one. So you can see here we are getting the ID, marks, and city, but we are not getting the exactly the value like we having in the we are having in the ID first data set we are having ID 10, and in the second data set we are having the ID 5, but we are not getting the whole result. We are getting only the common one from the first and second, whatever the common value from the first and second we are getting. So that's the thing, that's the limitation of this multiple set statement. That's why we have to use this merge statement for the combining data set in the horizontal way. So sometimes it's not giving the sufficient result as per our requirement. So in merging, we having multiple choices by using this. Like as per our requirement, we can use that condition to sort out the solution. So that's why the set statement is only used for the combining data set vertically. Now, let's understand the merging of data set horizontally by using this merge condition. That is the merge statement. So what are the thing, like in the previous lecture, in the previous content, like merging with the help of set. We understand the what are the limitation of that one. So from there we can use that merging. Suppose we having the data set exp1 in that ID and marks, and again I'm using the same data set exp2 with the ID and city. And now if we are interested to combine this both in a horizontal way, so that's why I will use here the merge. So let's understand this whole by one. I'm creating this dataset exp1. Within this exp1 dataset, I'm storing that variable in the input ID and marks, and storing the variable values in the cards. That is the sequence going on for the ID and for the marks. So after running this dataset, you can see that we are getting the exp1 with the variable ID and marks. Whatever the value I had mentioned in the ID and marks, we are getting and storing that dataset in the exp1. Now similarly, we having this exp2 dataset of the variable ID and city. So similarly, I'm storing all the value of the variable ID and city as per in the cards. So let's run this dataset always as well to understand that what are the data inside and what we are getting and in which dataset we are getting that all thing. You need to run this all the thing while learning. You have to practice each and everything while analyzing the thing, like what is the thing happening. Okay. So our aim is to combine or to merge the dataset in a horizontal way. So by the use of set statement, by the use of multiple set statement, we saw that there is a many more limitation drawback with the using of multiple set statement to combining the data set in a horizontal way. That's why we'll use this merge statement. So before going to merge statement to combining data set in a horizontally, we need to sort the data set. Whatever we have the data set raw data or the data set the both once we have to combine the data, we have two data set. So we have to sort that data set with the key variable. So these are the thing for the cosmetic thing you need to you if you want, then you can use that one just for the learning the thing, just for the understanding the thing better way. Like I can give the title here, I can use in the printed view just to analyze the thing like in a proper simple way, like what are the things created in that I can get from here. So in the left dataset, we are getting that one, and in the right dataset, I just given this title of that one. This is the only cosmetic thing just to analyze the thing in a easy way. So the thing is started from here, like once you have to merging dataset in a horizontal way. Before that, you have to sort the data set. The single data set, every data set you have to sort. So that's why I'm using this proc sort. Just now, just have to remember this thing, like how we are doing the sorting. I'll explain you proc sort procedure step in the procedure step also, proc steps also. So let's understand this here now, just only how the thing is going on. For the sorting of data set, we are using proc sort data, and the data set name have to use that one. So I'm using here proc sort data is equal to exp1, and how to use to store that output data, like in which data set you want to store that one, or in the output data what data will be come in the output one. So I just store that data set in exp1 underscore sort, and I'm using this key variable. By this key variable, by id variable, you need to sort the data, because the data having many more variable. So with the using of this single variable, you want to sort the data, the both the data, the variable common in the both data set, you have to use that variable for the key variable. So we can see here, like id in the xp1 dataset and id in the xp2 dataset are the common. That's why I'm using this key variable to combining dataset horizontally. So using here as a key variable to sorting also. So proc sort data is equal to xp1, and storing this in the output data out is equal to xp1 underscore sort, and using this here like key variable by id and the run. After running this, you can see that we are sorted the data, and the data is stored in the exp1 underscore sort. So this is very very important. While before the merging data set in the horizontal way, you need to sort the data. Similarly, for the exp2 data set, I sort this data with the use of proc sort data, a procedure step, and how to use to store the data set, sorted data set in which output you want, because I want to use that sorted data set. So I have to give the any specific name, that is the sorted data set output name. So by the key variable id, again using this for sorting this data, and again run this data set, run this procedure step to see that whatever the thing, what the sorted data is stored and in which name. You can see here exp2 underscore sort. So now come to the important point. Now we are coming to the merging part. We saw the data, how to create the data, how to run the data, and we saw the how to sort the data, because before merging we have to sort the data. This is very very important. Now come to the point, our main our aim or the content, the theme of the lecture, like merging out. So once you have to merge the data set in a horizontal way, you have to use this merge statement instead of using multiple set statement, because set statement not giving the filter result as per our requirement. There are many more limitations by using this. So I have to use this merge statement. So now I'm creating this data with the data set name. Suppose I'm using this left join. I'm interested for the left join only. There are many more option in the merging. Like we can go for the left join. There are right join, inner join, full join. There are many more option also again. So now, as of now, just learn this all thing, like what are the left join, what are the right join, inner join, and full join, and how we are going to do this one, and why we are doing this one. All the thing you need to know. So first understand the left join. Data, just for the understanding purpose, I given the name left join, just easily understanding. And using this merge statement, the merging the statement of the sorted data, whatever the latest data, we have to use that one. That is the exp1, we had used it there, exp1 underscore sort. Similarly for the exp2 underscore sort. So this is for the merging of data. For which data you want to merge, you have to mention that in the merge statement. And this is the common one for the alias. You can say this is the shortest form. You can use that one. Alias is the like if because writing the same thing in XP1 underscore sort, the same thing, it'll make will make like a difficult the thing. So we can make as a we can use this alias to make a word contain easily, or like a proper syntax to understand the thing in the proper syntax. So this is like merge exp1 underscore sort and exp2 underscore sort. We can mention as exp1 underscore sort as a in is equal to a. Similarly, exp2 underscore sort in bracket in is equal to b. So instead of this exp2 sort, we can use this b, Instead of exp1 underscore sort, we can use this a option. That's why we are making alias. Now I'm using this key variable like by id. By which key variable you want to merge, you have to mention that thing. Now for the left join, you are interested for the left join. So what are the left join? You have, this is the left join. Left data set is the, I had mentioned that the first data set. So that's why I'm using this if a, and again the run. So you can see by running this statement and analyze the thing what are happening. Like we are having in the dataset 1 id and marks, and in the dataset 2 we are having id and ct. So I want to combine this data set in a right left join only. So whatever the data in the left, that is the first data set we are getting in the id and marks, and the common from the two data set, that is the id and ct, we will get result after combining that one. So you can see we are getting that in the same id and marks for the first data set, for the full whole first data set, and from the second data set we are getting the common from the common, like we there in the data set 2 we are having only 5 observation, and the city value of the 5 observation we are getting. So that's why we are getting the 5 observation only. This is about like just to explaining the thing. The better way you will understand while the practicing the thing, once you will note down this code, once you will use this code to practice, once you analyze the thing while practice yourself, this thing makes you easier. As I have the knowledge, I had practiced many more things, so I can easily explain to you. But each and every point is very, very important. Like why he created this data with the data name, and why using this merge statement with this sorted data set and this sorted data set. Why I'm using this alias name A and B. Again, I'm using this key variable. What if I will use the another variable? Whatever the, you can check the while the practicing, you can check the whole thing by using. So if I'm interested for the left join, I'm using this left data set. That's why I had given this a is the left data set, so I'm using this if a. So what are the things, just have to practice everything. You have to practice to understand, to learn each and every point in an easy way. So just for the clarification or just for the explanation, I can teach you like in a easy way, like this is the thing you have to go through this. But you will got the thing once you practice on that thing. You have to note down on that thing. You have to use that code while practicing. You have to analyze the thing, whatever happening inside there. You have to make changes with the option, like what if I will do this? What if I will do this instead of by ID? If I use this marks or city, what happened with that data set? So you have to practice in that way. I can teach all the thing in on the screen because it will take more times, and being a recording video more than our 15 minutes or 30 minutes, it takes like people may feel like boring. That's why you have to practice in the home, like all the thing you need to understand by your on your practice. If you have any doubt in that way, you can ask with me. But as of now, I can teach you what are the thing inside, how are the thing is going on, and why it's going on. The practice thing, the main important thing is you have to own yourself. Once you practice more, you have many more doubts. Once you clear the data, you will get benefit proficient in that one. Similarly, we can use this right join. As per the left join, you are using this data with the right join and merging with the exp1 underscore sort, uh, in is equal to a, exp2 underscore sort in is equal to b. So all the thing in the same, like in the left join I'm using here, because we having the same data set. I want to join that both data with the same data set. So that's why I'm using that all the same. Again, having the key variable also same. But our theme is here like we are interested to make the right join. Whatever the data inside that right data set, we want that whole, and the common from the left data set to the right data set, I want that one. So that's why if b I'm using this. So you can see after running this, you can see here like whatever the data we are having, the data id and marks. 1 minute, we are having data in the AXP2 data set, that is the right data set, id and city. So we are getting data like ID and city of the both common, the full data set of the left join, and the common from the first data set, that is the ID and marks, we are getting a result. So this is about the right data set, right join. Once you are doing the right join, you will understand this. The easy way also you can understand with the set operator. Once you understand this all thing with the set theory in the mathematics, you can correlate the thing with that and easily understand the thing what is the thing happening. So this is the about the right join and the left join. Till now we have discussed. Similarly, if you are interested for the inner join, what are the important, what are the thing changes with the inner join, you can understand thing. Okay, now if you are interested for the inner join, like whatever the common from the first data set, that is the left data set, and what are the common from the right data set, I want that same value only. So these are the this thing also possible with the use of this inner join concept, like the data I want to create this with for the inner join and merging it with the dataset 1 and dataset 2, the sorted dataset I have to use, and the key variable again using this with the by id. Similarly, I have to use here the concept of inner join, like if a and b. For the inner join I'm using here if a and b, so whatever the value from the a and b, common one value from the A and B, will use that data for the inner join. So let's run this data set and understand this like what happening after that. We are having this data set A, ID and marks, and data set B, ID and city. So what are the common? Till the five observation we have the common data set in the both. So that's why we are getting that one. So this is the inner join or inner join of that data set. We can see that. Similarly, we can use this full join concept, like once you have to use that for the combining a whole dataset from the dataset left dataset and the right dataset. So instead of using this one like with the use of this if statement, we need to use that directly with that by the id variable. You can use that one for a full join. So understand that data just want to create this data with the full join name and merging using for the dataset exp1 underscore sort and exp2 underscore sort. So this both dataset I want to merge with the key variable id. So this till here is the common in the whole data merging dataset, like a whole join with the left join, with the right join, with the inner join, with the full join as well. The thing is different is like we have to use the if kind of statement. That if you are interested for the left join, then you have to use this if a. If you are interested for the right join, you have to using this if b. If you are interested for the inner join, then you are using a and b. If a and b. Once you are interested for the full join, then at there here you are using this. We are not interested for the common one or the individual one. We are combining the full data set. That's why we are not using here if condition. So let's run this data set and see what happened after using this join, after using this merge state concept. So we are getting the ID and marks for the whole data set of the A, and similarly we are getting the ID and marks for the whole data set, that is the B. So these are the common thing about this merging. Just to understand the thing, what are the concept of merging, how we are going to use this merging concept. You can take example of any kind of data. Suppose you are taking the data from the class data set, you are using the another data as a cars data set, and you are interested to join that all with the help of this left join, right join, inner join, and full join. So you can use this concept as well for by using that one. You will get the useful result and you can analyze the more with that data set also. This is the dummy data set. I'm using this data set just to creating that and for the understanding the thing in the easy way. You can understand, you can practice more with the different kind of data set and understand or analyze the thing with the using this whole merging of join. So in generally we in the step we are using this merge. So till now we had covered this merging with the for the combining the data set in a horizontal way. So this is all about for today, and till here we had completed the data steps from the base SAS. Now the remaining portion from the base SAS is only the procedure steps. And I can see that many more people are not busy with our channel, like they are not focusing, they are not like using our channel. I'm providing this free of course knowledge because just to explore the SAS knowledge. And those who have the economical issue, like there are many more training institute or the trainer, they are charging many huge amount to learn this SAS software. But as of now, just being a student or can I was learning here that this program, so I also paid for this one. So that's why I think to I want to explore this knowledge. So for the needy ones, those who have the issue with the economical issue, or those who have want to learn with the cloud learning basis, so they can easily learn the thing. But I don't know why my channel is not getting more view or that watch hour, that all thing. If you have any query related to this content, you can also comment me that I will try to improve myself. But as of now, what I discuss in the base as till the data steps, the whole thing is like a basic one. I can teach you all the thing like a basic one. You have to use that one. You have to first understand that the concept of that content. Again, use that code with the programming. You have to analyze the thing. Oh, yeah, did you really got the thing what I tell you, what I told you, did you got that one? If yes, then you have to make another question while practicing, because I always give you the whole thing ready made thing. Just ready made whole thing are ready made. You have to use that only. But by this way you are not going to learn, you are not going to improve yourself. You have to practice more with that way, because you are a new one. I had practiced many more times, that's why I can easily explain all the thing. I can easily teach all the point contained. What is the basic concept? How can you use this with the different syntax? All the thing I can explain you. But you have to practice because you're new one. You are new learner, so have to you practice many more times. If you have any problem with that content, then you can also comment me in the video comment section, or I will already mention my WhatsApp or number. You can also message me on my WhatsApp so that I can reach you. Like if there is any kind of issue from my side, I can improve myself. If you have query regarding this content, I can also guide you like this way. So this is the free of course content. So you have to use this benefit or use this improve your skill by using this SAS software. SAS software is very huge demand in the healthcare department, pharmacy department, biotechnology department, statistical department, mathematics department, and also now engineering background also using this SAS software, whether in the banking and finance department, also in the healthcare department. So have to use this technique to analyze the data or to do work in the data analyst work. So this is for today, just to practice with that. And if you have any problem, any queries, you can comment me, or you can directly reach out to me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you for today.